What's going on, guys? Still here. I figured I'd do a video just talking about like knife break-in time. It's not really a topic I see discussed too much, at least not through YouTube. Although I do notice that the question gets asked a lot on like blade forums and stuff. Like, people will get a new knife and wonder how long it'll take for it to smoothen out. So I figured I would try and just, it's not going to be a long video, just kind of talk about that a little. I think break-in time can generally whenever I get a knife, the first thing I do is oil it with my preferred oil, which is quick release. It was actually an oil specifically formulated for Atomic Cutlery. They do real high-end switchblades, and I love this stuff. It was recommended to me by a friend, and I've used it on everything. That's pretty much the first step I take when I get a new knife, and I'm sure most of you guys know that. So generally, like, the break-in time for like the washers and everything to kind of polish up with like the washers to polish up from friction between the liners and the blade itself, I would say if after 2 weeks you haven't seen like an increase in smoothness, or at least it fully break in, then I would suggest either taking it apart and cleaning it, because you could have gunk and stuff in your washers. I know, with Spydercos and stuff, you got to be kind of careful. Well, if you take it apart, it voids your warranty. But like this orange Para 2, I had this for 2 weeks before it would finally drop shut. So it took it 2 weeks to break in like that. It was like really stiff initially. Now you can see it's just pretty much ridiculous. Oops, let me drop it there. And then this blue Para 2 was surprisingly smooth as soon as I got it. And this is actually the smoothest Para 2 I've handled. It doesn't just drop from the top as easily, but it is just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know, it's crazy. You don't feel almost any friction at all. It's like it's riding on a cushion. So this one was smooth pretty much right off the bat. The CPM 154 Blur was the same thing, just smooth right away. But the thing is, I still anticipate a break-in time. But this is probably the smoothest knife I have. For not being a pivot bushing system like the Para 2s, for just being a standard pretty much construction washers pinched in between the blade and liners, it's pretty much unbelievably smooth. I mean, you can see if I disengage the liner, it'll just fall shut. And you'll see a lot of people do that with like custom folders too, where you can kind of just let it drop into the handle. That's what this will do. And to me, that's actually really impressive for a $100 folder. I think that this knife is just really ridiculous. For $100, you really can't beat it, I don't think. So that's just kind of a brief discussion. I think if after 2 weeks your knife hasn't changed at all from how it came to you from the factory, and obviously you can tweak your pivot and kind of set it up how you like. I know some people will take a little bit more smoothness and not mind a little bit of side-to-side blade play. I'm personally, side-to-side isn't so much of a deal breaker for me anymore like it used to be. Like, I would like send a knife back or sell it off if it had side-to-side. Now if it has a little bit of side-to-side, I just keep it and use it, as long as it doesn't have up and down. That's kind of my criteria. Another thing I see get asked a lot too is like frame lock break-in time. I'd say the same thing. Like, I've had some frame locks come from the factory, and I know some people would say it's unacceptable, but I have had some come with a little bit of wiggle up and down, and I give it about 2 weeks to let the cutout or the lock bar mate up with the tang cutout. I know not everybody thinks you should have to do that. I guess in my personal experiences, I've had blade play go away after I've let the surfaces meet up pretty much and kind of wear in a little bit. So I think it's good. I mean, If you just have vicious lock play or blade play, then that's a different story. But generally, you can kind of gauge with a lock bar, I think, if it's going to break in and eliminate blade play by just applying a little bit. Don't push hard. Just put a little bit of pressure, pushing the lock bar in some. And we're talking only a little. Like, really, don't try and shove the thing over. You'll ruin it. And then just check it after you've pushed it over a little. And I think that is generally a good indication if it will wear in and eliminate the play. So it's just a topic I figured I'd cover, guys, and I still can't believe how smooth this thing is. Seriously, if you guys get a chance to get one of these, do it, because I wish I could get another one right now, but I have other things that I'm waiting on, etc. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.